Gaining more attention throughout the United States, ferrets have become the third most popular pet within family households. Ferrets grow to be about 37 to 70 meters long, including the tail, and they weigh about 2 to 3 pounds. Usually, both female and male ferrets tend to live about 8 to 10 years. The moment you see one of these animals, you become instantly hooked. Having a ferret is the most rewarding and pleasant pet a person could ever have, as they will always keep you on your feet, both figuratively and literally. These fur babies will always be there for you. I chose this to be my topic as I do have 2 ferrets myself, and I love everything about them. My 2 ferrets, a girl named Destiny, who is 2 years old, and a boy named Bear, who's turning 1 year old in March. For those of you wondering, the boy is neutered, so we don't have to worry about little tiny ferrets running around the house. And I actually do have Bear in my lap right now. He just woke up from a nap, so he's kind of antsy. But this is a visual example of what a ferret looks like and literally how long their bodies are. So this is my arm, and he's about the same length as my arm. And then he does have a rather dark fur coat. Destiny, who is sleeping in a banana hammock right now, has more of like a cinnamon light brown fur coat. So the boys definitely are darker, and he's considered to have a sable fur coat, as you can see. Yeah, so say hi, Bear. Say hi, Bear, to the camera. Yeah, so that's Bear. We can see how long he's going to sit here in my lap, but they have very short attention span, so it wouldn't surprise me that he would just jump down. But due to contrary belief, ferrets are not rodents. They're a domesticated form of a European polecat. So European polecats are known to be like brown, light brown, sometimes even black and white. So, yeah, Destiny, like I said before, is cinnamon, and Bear is considered to be a sable color. So they're rather rare colors, as most times you go into PetSmart and Petco, you would see a black or a white ferret. So another popular belief are that ferrets are aggressive animals. Christine Lactose wrote a very interesting article about this, and she debunked the myth of ferrets being aggressive by her article saying 25 myths and misconceptions people may have about ferrets. So she states that they are very sweet creatures, and they're very down to earth and never fail to make anybody smile. Like all animals, she states they have the potential to bite because they have teeth. She then begins to explain that the way to prevent biting and nipping at you is socialization. So ferrets that receive proper care and affection will be friendly, and ferrets who don't receive the proper care and proper socialization will be rather avoidant and nipping at you. Ferrets will always try to go out of harm's way before it comes to them, honestly. So they're rather avoidant creatures who go about their daily schedule. And ferrets do require at least 3 to 4 hours out of the cage to roam and play with another, and they spend 18 to 20 hours sleeping. Though we wish we could all sleep 20 hours in a day and wake up fully rested, I do believe ferrets do have the best lives, as they can sleep most of the time and not have to worry about anything but playing. But as I said, if ferrets don't get like the 3 to 4 hours of sleep, they do become antsy and sometimes become irritant, which may lead to nipping at you or biting your feet. But they're just little nips on your feet, so it doesn't really matter. But overall, ferrets are not aggressive animals unless the owner is irresponsible and does not know how to handle them properly. Another neat fact about ferrets is that they can learn tricks and commands upon the owner's training. Personally, I have taught my ferrets how to sit, come whenever I call their name, and even stay still, as surprising as that sounds. Ferrets have been known for their short attention span, but due to their curiosity, they are better problem solvers than dogs and cats. Although it did take me a couple of weeks to teach them how to do these tricks, it is very rewarding when a family member or friends come over so I can show off their skills. While I have not done this yet, there is an article about ferret training, basic training to teach your ferrets. Vet Babble explains that you can sometimes even teach your ferret how to jump through plastic hoops and to give them your paw or wave goodbye. So, as I do want to teach them these tricks, I do not have the time because I'm in my spring semester, but I will totally try to teach them these tricks during my summer semester. These tricks require a little bit more effort than your sit down or come here trick, but it is awesome to see your ferrets perform these tricks. Whether it be sitting down or jumping through plastic hoops, ferrets can totally learn cool tricks that will have everybody recording and on the edge of their seats. There is no telling with the hard work and determination anything is possible, especially for a ferret. So, unlike any other animal a household family may have, ferrets are long, furry creatures that have many tendencies. Due to my personal experience, I have found headphones, stuffed animals, ferret treats underneath the couch due to my ferrets hoarding stuff, making it as their own. So, if you do have a ferret, hide all valuables at all costs, or at least put them out of reach from the fur babies grabbing them, because they will end up underneath the couch or in the deep depths of underneath your bed. So they will end up with a pile of stuff they like to hoard. And actually, the word ferret comes from a Latin term that means thief, but it makes total sense why the ferrets have tendencies to steal. Back in the early 1900s, ferrets were actually used to hoard wires and ships to get to point A to point B, which is actually a cool fact that Christine Lactose pointed out in one of her articles. So basically, ferrets were put into a little tube with wires from point A, and they would run to the end of the tube to point B with those wires, and that's exactly how those Marine and Navy ships got wires through little tiny tubes. So I thought that was a really cool fact that she brought up, so I figured I would mention it to you guys. But overall, in closing, I do recommend everyone try to meet a ferret and see the loving and hilarious qualities they have to offer. Whether it be at a pet store or a friend's house, I encourage you to do so. So with a little bit more knowledge of ferrets to the general public, I believe ferrets are very good pets to have while they are entertaining and loving. With all the facts stated, rethink next time you go to PetSmart or Petco for dog food or cat food, and the ferret over in the corner waiting in the cage is waiting to hoard all your stuffed animals and car keys.